Good day, Noob here. Today I will show you guys how to properly set up this t-shirt model as layered clothing and import it to Roblox Studio. So by the end of the video you will get this result. I just pick 3 default Roblox Studio characters like Goblin, Skeleton, this elemental creature. And as you can see, regardless to the body shape, our t-shirt fits really great on every body type. So we can enable run animation, and as you can see, our t-shirt animating and fits perfectly on different type of characters without any interceptions, and even on this non-standard elemental creature it fits and animates really great. So let's don't waste our time and hop directly to Blender, and I will show you how to create this layered clothing model and import it to Roblox Studio. This is blend file that I prepared for you guys, and you will find it by link in the description below. It contains inner and outer mannequin cages, default Roblox rig, and necessary to-do list for Roblox Layered Clothing System. A little bit later I will explain for what purpose these 2 cages are here. I want to point out a very important thing. If you want to create any type of layered clothing accessory for Roblox Studio, you have to model it based on this default Roblox mannequin. This is must-have for all your clothing and accessory models. So for the time being, let's hide our outer cage and Roblox rig and append or copy 3D model to current file. In our case, this will be friend's t-shirt. So let's do it. And for this we have 2 options. The first one, just go to File, Append, find where this blend file located, go to it, go to Objects folder and append t-shirt like that. Or another one, just go directly to the blend file where this t-shirt is, select it, Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V to our project file. And as you can see, this t-shirt model fits perfectly on our mannequin. It's all because I model it based on this default Roblox model. So I just want to mention one more time, this is very important. If you want to prepare clothes or accessory for Roblox Studio like a layered clothing system, this is very important to model based on this default Roblox mannequin. So yeah, actually we did the first item from our to-do list. So let's rename it not to true to make it more visible and pops up more in our to-do list. And now let's fix our namings. The naming convention in Roblox Studio is camel case, and as you can see here we have like Pythonic-like naming underscore. So let's change it to camel case t-shirt friends. And important that our inner and outer cages will have the same prefix as our object name. So let's rename it. So Ctrl+C our object name and change accessory to our object name and outer cage prefix to object name as well. So now we have correct namings for our object and inner and outer cage. So the second item in our to-do list is done. And now it's time to make a quick check of our model. So let's hide everything except t-shirt. And the first one, double check that the origin of your model is in the center of the scene. So let's click N, go to the transform panel and make sure the location and rotation to 0 and scale to 1. So for example, if you have something like this, origin to geometry, so just click Ctrl+A, all transforms, and double check one more time that the origin of your accessory or clothes in the center of the scene. So this one we checked. Let's rename it to true. Next one, let's zoom a little bit. Let's go to the edit mode and make sure that you don't have any double vertices in your model. So select all vertices, M by distance, and make sure that you don't have any double vertices. If you have, please remove it with this function. So this one checked as well. So let's rename it true. And check interceptions. The next one, make sure that your model don't have any interception with your mannequin. If it is, please fix it. So yeah, in our case we don't have any interceptions with our t-shirt and mannequin. So let's rename it to true. And let's unhide one more time, zoom, and we have to check our model normal. So you can enable it in this panel face orientation. In my case, I added two quick favorites tool, so I just can toggle it from a Q key on the keyboard. So yeah, enable it and make sure that the normals, all normals of your model have correct position. Yeah, so this one done as well. And the last one, what is related to the model checking, is actually the shading. That makes sure that your model have correct shading. So if you have some sharp places and sharp shape, make sure that you have sharp edges on this area. So for example, if we clean our sharp edges, the shading starts looking odd, and this is not good at all. So please fix it and add sharp edges in the necessary area. So if you have a question about what this lines is, it's all because I enabled cavity, and if I'll disable it starts looking more smoother. But I like to have this enabled because in some cases I have a better understanding of the depths of the model. So check the shading as well. So true for normal checking and true for shading of our model. So actually all the basic testing and checking of our model is done. And now it's time to check the naming and the actual material of our model. So let's go to the shading workspace. In my case, when I import a t-shirt to the project, everything is set up properly. But if you have some problems with textures, I will show a quick tip in case you don't know it, how to do it with a node wrangler. So let's remove these nodes. First of all, you have to add a principal BSDF node to your shader and click it and make sure that you enabled node wrangler add-on in your preferences. And once again, click on the BSDF principal, Ctrl-Shift-P, go to the folder where your texture is located and make sure that you have correct suffixes of your texture. So as you can see in my case, yeah, like this one, I have a suffix diff for diffuse map and suffix normal for normal map and rough for roughness. So if I select these textures, as you can see, the node wrangler set up for me correctly all these textures, and as you can see, connect sockets properly, and color space, for example, for diffuse map correctly is RGB, and for roughness and normal to non-color, and even add some mapping nodes. In my case, this is not necessary. I won't be manipulates with this texture, so yeah, I don't need it. So yeah, this is in case you don't know it, quick tip how to add textures to your model. And the other one, make sure that the name of your texture have the same name, synced name actually, as your object. So if you have, for example, different name like whoa, I don't know, yeah, and so copy this name and just paste it over here. So this is like a very good practice to have the same name of material actually as the object name. So yeah, we checked and renamed accessory material. So let's rename it to true. And now it's time to parent our t-shirt to a default Roblox rig. So let's unhide Roblox rig. Let's hide our cages. Shift select rig, Ctrl P, and with empty groups. Actually, we can try with automatic weights, but in my case, I'm not happy with the skinning, as you can see. So I just undo it and make it manually. So one more time, Ctrl P with empty groups. And as you can see, our t-shirt disappears from outliner. It's all because it now parent of the t-shirt is a rig, so it's located over here. So let's go to the add-on modifier and enable preserve volume. So the next one, I just want to get rid of all unnecessary bones vertex group. So let's do it. Let's leave only necessary for our t-shirt. So we don't need head, bone, vertex group, don't need left lower, left hand, and don't need everything except this for bones. I mean right upper arm, left upper arm, upper torso, and a lower torso. So let's skin super quickly this t-shirt. This is not a skinning tutorial, so I don't want to waste your time on it. So just want to create a very simple skinning process. So let's select this vertices for the left upper arm, this one assign, and for example for this one, this would be right upper arm, and for this one I'd like to have 0.5 weight, yeah, assign, and for this one 0.5 weight as well for left upper arm assign. So these two hands already done, and the next one I just want to go to the wireframe mode and select this edge, and this will be for our lower torso bone. So lower torso, and this one for weight 1 assign, and for upper torso I just do like this one, this will hide for a minute, and just select all necessary vertices like this one, yeah, okay, and assign it to upper torso. Okay, and hide it. And let's go to the weight paint and test the weight painting. Actually, the lower torso, pretty good. Upper torso, okay. Left upper arm, okay. And right upper arm, nice as well. So, yeah. Okay, object mode, I just want to go to the solid mode, and let's test the rig in pose mode. As you can see, the skinning is not super good. You can do it much better. I just don't want to waste your time on a skinning process too much. So, okay, for our case, I'm happy with the skinning result. So clear transforms all, okay. So actually, yeah, we finished with the parent and skin accessory to the rig. So let's rename it to true. And now it's very important task fitting outer cage above our t-shirt accessory. Let's do it, and after I will explain what for this all. So let's hide unnecessary objects, and I will show you a quick tip how to fit our outer cage above our t-shirt really quickly. So let's go to the object data, create new vertex group, let's name it cage, and let's go to the edit mode, wireframe, and select necessary vertices that we will be using for fitting above our t-shirt. So something like that. Maybe deselect unnecessary vertices. We don't need these vertices as well. So yeah, I think this vertices is enough for the fitting our t-shirt. So let's assign to our cage, lock. Let's go to the modifiers, find a shrink wrap, find a cage, a vertex group. Let's pick in this drop down above surface, maybe 1 centimeter. And as a target, let's pick our t-shirt friends close. And let's go to the shading mode, and it fits pretty good. It needs some tweakments. So yeah, let's tweak a little bit this outer cage to fit more, much more better on this t-shirt. So let's enable it in edit mode as well. Make sure that symmetry enabled by x-axis, disable proportional editing, enable snapping tool, and just tweak slightly our vertices about our t-shirt. Yeah, I won't be so super accurate, don't want to waste your time too many on this. Yeah, like this one. So let's fix the line of the neck. Okay, so this one is ready. Let's fix the lower torso part over here. Actually, we can switch to a wireframe mode. It's much more easier to find the corresponding vertices and put to a better places these vertices. For example, when we'd like to fix this area, like this one, maybe we should move this vertex over here, this one over here, and as you can see now, it is much better. Okay, yeah, something like this one. And let's check the right hand as well. Okay, so let's check it one more time. The neck, the bottom torso, pretty good. The left hand, pretty good. Maybe just tweak a little bit with this part. Right hand, pretty good. Yeah, I'm happy. And yeah, have to fix this few vertices as well. Oh, maybe, yeah, this area fixed by asymmetry. Okay, let's switch to the textured mode. Actually, this is allowing for outer cage to have some small interceptions. This is not necessary to cover it completely of your layered clothing, but in general, it should fits above your clothes. So, okay, yeah, I'm pretty happy. Let's switch to the wireframe mode. And I just want to explain you that inner and outer cages are very important in the Roblox Layered Clothing System. Inner cage is on what clothes or accessory will be wearing on, yeah, wearing on inner cage. An outer cage set the boundaries for above clothes or accessory. For example, a jacket or coat that will be wearing above t-shirt understands the sizes, limits, and boundaries on this t-shirt based on outer cage. And if this is not super clear, no worries, I will show you later when we will be importing model to Roblox Studio, how it works. So yeah, so for now, fitting outer cage above accessory is done, so let's rename it to true. Before going to the next item of to-do list, I want to pointing out one more important thing. Inner and outer cage meshes has UV maps. I will show you. So let's go to the UV workspace. Let's select inner and outer cage. Edit mode, just zoom a little bit. And yeah, as you can see, inner and outer cage has UV maps. And it's very important that outer cage will have the same UV islands and in the same place as inner cage. As you can see, I've pinned inner cage UV islands and now they are red for having better understanding where inner and where outer cage UV islands. In some cases, don't want to dive into and waste your time. While fitting outer cage about clothes or accessory, outer cage UV islands changing its position, like this. So let's select only outer cage and just slide like this one. Just change the position very quickly of different UV islands. Yeah, okay, like this one. And please always check and fix it if needed. Otherwise, the clothes will not fit correct about other clothes or character in Roblox Studio. So how to fix it? We have three options. So let's select one more time inner and outer cage above. Let's go to the edit mode. And we have three options. The first one, just enable snapping tool and just doing like that. Just snap, snap. This is more the slowest approach, especially if you have a lot of different distortion and changing UV islands of outer cage. The more quicker way is to select pick islands, select pinned UV island, it means inner cage island. It's made UV, and copy UVs, and then select outer cage UV and paste UV, or you can add two quick favorites. Yeah, like this one. So one more time, let's do this one. This is inner cage UV, copy UVs, this outer cage, paste UVs, like this one. Or you have the third option is to use my add-on that I create for the easy Roblox Studio integration model from Blender to Roblox Studio. Actually, it is very useful, and especially when you are preparing the character for the Roblox Studio. As you can see, if we are working, like in our case, an accessory, we have only 3 options. This the main tool. So this is the most useful Roblox docs. So when you click it, it go directly linked to your web browser. And yeah, and the actually the very useful mostly for the characters. So if you like to use it, you can buy it on Gumroad only for $1. So yeah, but if you don't want to buy, this is not a problem at all. I will show you before the 2 different approach how to fix it manually, like with snapping tool and copy and paste in UV. And the easy approach from add-on, it's like click sync cage UV islands, like this one. And if you will go to the UV island, as you can see now, all UV islands of outer cage are fixed. So please pick any type of approach you want. But I just want to point in and mention one more time that if you're working on the character and preparing and adapting character 3D model to Roblox Studio, this add-on will be very useful because it has a lot of useful and automation tools, like setting correct vertex group for different body parts, parent all attachments to correct bones, think UV islands, actually I showed you a few seconds ago, and separate cages, and configure correct origins, and one-click export with correct settings for the Roblox Studio. So yeah, this item we did, so we can rename it to true. In Roblox documentation, there is a requirement that root node of Roblox rig have to be at the center of the scene. And as usual, we have 2 options how to do it. First one with my Blender add-on, by the way, a link on which you will find in description below, or manually. Both options I will show you in a sec. So let's start with easiest one with help of add-on. This requires only 1 click. So let's click N, find Roblox helper inside panel, pick accessory object type, and just click configure origins, just like that. As you can see, we have pop-up that origin for all necessary objects were correctly configured. But if you don't want to buy this add-on, I completely understand. We can undo it, and I will show you how to do it manually, and it won't take a lot of time as well. So let's select rig. Let's go to edit mode, select root bone bottom part, Shift S, cursor to selected, select all objects, set our origin to 3D cursor, then reset cursor to word origin, and Shift S, selection to cursor, like that. And just want to open panel one more time, transform panel, and just check t-shirt friends mesh. And as you can see, we have incorrect location is all because the t-shirt model was a parent of Roblox rig. So if we want to reset a location for it as well, so let's Ctrl A and all transforms. And now, as you can see, the transforms for all objects and armature resetted and correct. So let's close side panel. And this was a second manual option. And as you can see, it's not takes a lot of time as well. This to-do item is done, and now we have rename configure origin to-do item to true. And for the last to-do item in Blender, we have to correctly export all our previously set up gauges, accessory, and rig. As usual, we have two options. First one with help of add-on, and another one is manual. Let's start with add-on, and as you can already guess, you can do it only with one click. So let's click N, find our Roblox helper panel, and just click Export Visible FBX. So this is it, done. Let's go to our folder. And this FBX file is saving to the same folder where your blend file is located. So this is it for the add-on approach, and let's do the manual. So File, Export, FBX, Path Mode, Copy, Embed Texture, Enable, Visible Object, Armature, Shift Select Mesh, Scale 0.01. Let's close it. Armature, deselect, add leaf bones, and bake animation. Export FBX. So this is it. Really quickly approach for manual as well. So the last Blender to-do item is done, and we can rename it to True and hope directly to Roblox Studio for importing and testing our model there. As you can see, I'm already in Roblox Studio, and it's time to import our previously saved FBX file. So you can see we have Import 3D button in the Home tab panel and in Avatar. So let's click it. Let's find our FBX file and let's import it. And as you can see, by default, we have two warnings from Roblox Studio. Let's take a look at them. So the first one, outer cage extends too far. Okay, so when we look at this closer, the Roblox Studio notifies that our outer cage could be even closer to our t-shirt model, but this is not necessary, so we can skip it for now. And the next one is not watertight. Yeah, this is an expected warning because we have holes and our model not watertight. Actually, by default in Roblox documentation there is an actual recommendation at the requirements that all models that will be imported to the Roblox have to be watertight, but this is not necessary, and not watertight models works pretty great in Roblox as well. So let's skip it and go to the import. And yeah, let's close it. And as you can see, our t-shirt import to Roblox Studio perfectly. We have set up properly all our textures like a diffuse, normal, and roughness, and it looks pretty good. And the next one, what I want to test is fitting and animation in static and motion in a default Roblox characters. So for this one, we have a great accessory fitting tool. This is embedded, and let's click on our friend's t-shirt. Let's click next and pick clothing, and what type of clothing? It's a shirt. Next. Okay, and this is a great accessory fitting tool that allows us to test our clothes, and not only clothes, maybe custom even characters here. And it allows to pick only 3 characters, so I will pick this skeleton, goblin, and this like a magma fiend guy. And yeah, let's take a look. Let's zoom out slightly like this one. And as you can see in static, and for example in a skeleton and in goblin, everything fits really great, and even in this magma guy as well. I'm pretty happy with the result. And the next one I want to test in motion, enable some run animation, and let's test it. And yeah, it looks pretty great, even although this magma guy have a really weird shape. Our t-shirt fits really great on it, and in a goblin, and in this bazooka guy as well. Yeah, I'm super happy with the result. And the next one, I want to just want to disable animation, as I mentioned before about outer cage and what is this, and I just want to show you one more thing. Just want to pick some clothing, for example, I don't know, maybe this is zip hoodie. Let's give some time to recalculate on our characters, and as you can see, this hoodie fits really great about our t-shirt. And as you can see in goblin in skeleton, as you can see. And this outer cage is actually the guide for the next clothes that will be above our, for instance, in our case, t-shirt. And it based on this outer cage in knows okay, so I will fit above this to do not intercept to this mesh. So yeah, I hope this tutorial was useful for you and you get a lot of new, and now you understand how to properly set up your accessory or clothes for Roblox Studio. Okay, thank you guys. Bye.